Hello, everyone. Welcome again to the second episode of Tea Time with Tools. Remember that on our first episode, I have a little secret though. And although it's not a little secret because it's already opened, but on the first episode, we chilled with tea. But this time, we're not chilling with tea. I think it's really been kind of like a very busy day so far. So there'll be no tea today. Today, we're chilling with wine. So if you are not cozy yet or you're not comfortable yet, I'll urge you to get your comfy outfits. I already have mine, as you can see, laying out the little sleeves. You don't want to sleep with long sleeve or sleep with some baggy clothes. I don't know how people do that. Like just sleep with big clothes on. And by the way, I stutter. So for those who know me well, you already know that I stutter. So if I stutter on this call, forgive me. It's not intentional. But I was saying that if you have not had your comfy outfit or a glass of wine, what are you still waiting for? We have so many gists to discuss this evening. So, after a long traffic, a long day, dealing with employees and employers and co-employees and co-workers, you need a glass of wine. So go grab that glass of wine, get into the comfy outfit, and we will begin the show very shortly. Yes, so for those who are ready to have a conversation with me today, here is what we are going to talk about. For those who don't know me, I would crave your indulgence to click on the link down below. That way you can watch the first season and then you can know a little bit about me. That way we can become best friends on this show. Because if you don't know me, how are we going to be best friends? So therefore, everyone, cheers to instant delivery and to being a CEO and also to becoming an aspiring CEO for those who wants to own their company. So here is what we're going to talk about today. It's a word though. This word is not easy at all, but we are making it and we are doing it. I believe what keeps everybody going is the conversation that we share with each other, the experience that we share with each other. You know, some of those things is literally what keeps us going. I remember sometimes last week where I was discussing with a friend, we're just talking about kind of like our pain points, some of the difficulties that we are having in our businesses because the friend that I was talking to is also a CEO. When I tell you everything that it was just discussing with me, I can relate because there are things that I also go through, either as a business owner, as a CEO, or just regular works of life. Whoever say life is easy, oh yeah, let's work it together. And then you tell me what part of it is easy. Because that's exactly what life can do to you. Take a glass of wine. Let us talk more about the things that I faced coming up as a CEO or the things that I faced in the 3 years of running Instant Delivery. Instant Delivery right now, we are going on 4 years. We have 6 different applications that we have built. We have customers that are running on the application. So literally, we're out there, but everybody sees the product. Everybody sees the final thing. What about the intricate of how the product got to where it is? what did I even go through? What did I go through? What did I go through? They say you don't look like what you have been through. If I look like what I've been through, gone, I will not even be sitting down here. Maybe I should even take another glass of wine. I hope I don't get drunk on this talk show, but I don't think I will. Anyways, when I started instant delivery, I had a conversation with a friend. That's why it's also good to believe your friends. I'm sure that friend is watching this podcast now. But hey friend, nothing against you, just a story. It's good to share it. But this my friend, he really did not believe. Maybe he doesn't really understand what I was gearing towards. Like, he wasn't really understanding it. But at some point, he understood it, but he didn't believe in it. See one thing about life, right? You might not be able to do something alone. You might have interest in doing something. Why not find somebody that has the same interest as you and then do it together with the person? Because togetherness is the formula of this world, though. Sometimes you would think you can do things alone, but you cannot. That now reminds me of when I started instant delivery. There is no way I'll be talking about doing business and not mention this one person's name called Treasurer. Every of my friends and even my employees they know Treasurer because I talk about Treasurer all the time. Even Treasurer know that I talk about him. Because every time, Treasurer is always telling me, just like the name implies, be like, oh, my friend, your personal accountant, personal banker. And that's because Treasurer is a good friend to me that helps me whenever I'm down. See, let me tell you something. Forget that I have a company that is already running. Forget all this flashiness. It comes with a lot of struggle. And it comes with a lot of forces that has to be fought. It comes with a lot of discipline too as well. Because one thing, of course, that I would say leads me in being consistent with the business is the discipline and having good people around you. That's where Treasurer comes in. There are some times that I might not even have the money. This was back then, though. That I might not even have the money to pay employees, but I will still pay the employees because Treasurer is there to borrow me the money when I need it. That is to say, when you're starting a business, I know that you might have all the money in the world. Maybe not all the money in the world. If you have all the money in the world, you probably don't want to start a business. You probably just want to just sit down and enjoy it. We are starting a business because we want to multiply the money and not because we want to just suffer our head like that. Business multiplies money. And the reason why we're getting into it is because we want to multiply our money. So if you really have all the money in the world, you possibly would not be looking to partner with anybody, something like that. You will probably be an investor. But if you have money that you want to use to start a capital, I would say that for sure, you don't want to do it alone. You want to look for somebody that you can put in your corner. You might not need that person at that point in time, but down the line, search within your mind and your soul. Be truthful with yourself and tell yourself, who actually can I call if I get stuck? Who actually can I speak with when I get stuck? That question is one of the questions that I did not ask myself when I started instant delivery. So when I started it, I started to learn in the hard way. Not really in the hard way. Because one thing about me again is I foresee. So when I see a problem coming forward, I try to solve it as much as I can. Okay. However, the first thing you always want to make sure you're looking at is do I have a support system? Who would be my support system? Your support system could be emotional, because I will tell you, I have a lot of emotional back and forth. It was the emotional that's in the aeroplane is doing the emotional turbulence. Exactly. Thank you. It's a emotional turbulence. Because sometimes emotions will sway to the right and sway to the left. And then at some point in time, you want to give up. But what exactly was my driving force for consistency? One of the driving force for consistency was the fact that I loved what I was doing. Right from when I was little, right? I've always loved business. So I've always been a fan of business. So I believe that alone was in me. The fact that I love doing business and the fact that I like being active is one of the reasons why I just felt like if I don't continue to push instant delivery, then I'm not fulfilled how I should be fulfilled. So the fulfillment for me is the continuity of the business. Plus, again, I'm a very disciplined person. Those that are around me knows. Do this when you're supposed to do it. Say what you should say when you're supposed to say it. Don't say what you should not say when you are not supposed to say it. That is discipline for me. And that is very essential whenever you're holding or whenever you're beginning a business. Test yourself. See if you're disciplined. Because if there's one thing, it's one thing to say, oh, I'm disciplined. That being said, let us tell ourselves the truth. If you're not a disciplined person, maybe you are procrastinating all the time and you want to start a business. I drink the wine on your behalf because you're supposed to be disciplined. And the fact that you're not disciplined, if you're not disciplined, or you can tell yourself the truth that, hey, I'm not disciplined enough, does that mean that you should not start the business? No. You can still start the business, but you have to train yourself. That's where the personal growth comes into play. You cannot want to start a business and then you are just there being regular. It's not possible now. A regular person, this now takes me to the other part of it. Because when I started this business, right, I lost a lot of friends. So maybe some of them are watching this, maybe not. But I'm a person that I care and I don't care. It depends on the situation. You know. Do you care? All the time? Maybe not. If I care, you would know. If I don't care, you will know. For sure. But the point about it is that work on yourself. And when you're working on yourself, if working on yourself has to allow you to lose other people along the way, lose them! When a mad person is going to the market, what would they carry? They'll carry everything, join body. The waka, go streets. I be walking on the streets. But when they finally get healed and realize that, hey, this is not what I should be doing, then what happens? Those things comes off their body. That's just life. When you realize that the path that you're going through has to be changed, some people that you have around you at that point in time might not really align with your goal or align with whatever you are creating for yourself. So it's okay for them to fall off. You don't have to keep all the friends that you have, because sometimes friends will even affect yourself. Because let me give you an instance of how I say friend will affect you. And this is very, very, very close to being disciplined as well. Take, for example, maybe you want to pay for ads for your business. Ads is very important though. And then you have friends that if you go and meet them and you say, oh, give me money for house, they will not give you. But then this week they will now come and say, let's go to party or let's go and have lunch. You know that the only money you have with you is the money for you to pay for your hands. But if you have to make your friends happy, do what your friends want because you want to make them happy, and then you spend the money, you're killing your business. And the fact that you're not disciplined enough to stay in your house and save your money is the reason why there cannot be results. It takes discipline to bring up results. So if you want to start up a business, you have to be disciplined enough. I was disciplined. That is one thing that I ensured. Although you cannot be 100% disciplined, because even in the discipline is the indiscipline too as well. But you have to always check yourself. Check yourself to see what are you not doing right? Where are you not being disciplined? And work hard within you to change. Change is not easy, but it's paramount when you have something essential to fulfill. Are you done with your glass? Do you have another bottle in front of you? If you don't, I'll pause for a second so that you can go grab a bottle. We're having a very deep conversation today. It's deep. Oh, deep, Goni. So go grab your bottle. Don't grab a glass of wine, no. Grab a bottle, and we'll continue when we get back.
Scaling your logistics isn't about hiring more riders. If your dispatch is fragmented, a bigger fleet just means bigger headaches. Insta-delivery structures your operations. Automated dispatch, live tracking, and secured payments, all in one place. Run your actual operations on our platform free for 30 days.
Hello everyone, do you remember me? Yes, me. My name is Tolu and I am the CEO of Insta Delivery. Remember, I promised that I am going to be giving out 6 different episodes breaking down the different features that B2B employees or founder can get from using Insta Delivery logistics infrastructure. One of the great features is going to be found on the customer's application. Every calculation and payment to be made by your customers are done automatically. Speaking about the VAT, the service charge, delivery fee, every of those calculations are done automatically. Also, just to give you a little much more snippet, I'm not supposed to do this, but just because of I love every one of you, I'll give you one additional feature. Have you looked into tracking shipments? Yes. Your customers can also use their application, which comes with the infrastructure to track their shipments. They can see exactly where the shipment or the status of their shipments. Those 2 features and even many more. I will be giving you the other features in the other episode. So just look out in this space and check out some more episodes talking about the features of Insta Delivery Logistics Infrastructure. See you later. Hey, we're back. Let me make a correction, right? Because when we went on that little break, I kind of thought about this. I was like, well, maybe people might not understand me. When I say check your friends or get disciplined, I'm not saying that you should cut out everybody next to you. You see one thing, and this is one thing that both Gen Z millennials say every year, especially at the beginning of the year, everybody wants to cut everybody out. When it's not a tree. Is it a tree that we are cutting? You cut this one, cut that one, cut this one. Even trees, when you cut all the branches, what remain? Nothing. When you look at a tree, if the branch cuts, does it replace? It replaces. A tree will never stay long like that without branches next to it. That being said, you cannot stay as a business owner without people next to you. it still takes me back to the support system. You think about that very well. The English, not on regular, but don't put unuseful person, people that are not useful, people that would not contribute to your life, either in a positive way. At least just do something. Even though it's pay, when I'm crying, I should just come to you and you just tell me sorry or just make me laugh. You are still doing something. But pay, I'm angry, I'm crying, I'm emotionally distressed, and I'm coming to you and I'm still even angry more when I come to you. You don't have to give me. Emotional compensation, you don't have to give me. Why are you there? Why are you there? It's not, you're stressing me. All those kind of people like this, shank them away. Because as a business owner, this is one thing people don't say. And that's why we are having this show, so that we'll say the blunt things that people don't say. Stressful enough that as a business owner, I have to think about my employees. I have 15 employees that I need to think about. And a lot of people have more than 15 employees. Just imagine thinking about 15 employees, thinking about how to scale the business, thinking about how to generate more customers, thinking about all of this, thinking about how to even drink the wine stuff. What kind of wine to drink? Wahala pọ̀ nínú ayé is plenty wahala. That's why you cannot put more wahala next to you. Anybody that is not supporting your emotional growth, physical growth, you let them go. It's okay. We cannot be clogging something that needs space. But all the same, let's just continue. So we've talked about two things that you definitely have to think about whenever you are starting a business. One, we talked about making sure you have a support system. And then two, we also talked about making sure you check yourself well and ensure you have the discipline that is required to start up a company or a business. If you're not that disciplined, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the road. Just improve. Work on yourself. Make yourself more disciplined, associate yourself with people that will help you to stay disciplined. And the association could be from you having the right spouse or having the right partner that supports your growth. You cannot be a company owner and be dating somebody who is a model and you think that the model will give you the kind of advice that you're looking for to better your company. No. If you want to stay with the model, it's because you're looking for something different. If you're looking for a partner that will help you or advise you with your business, then you have to look for somebody that aligns with your thoughts and your goal. I think that's just how life works. Another thing that people will not tell you is that the money is never enough. That part. There's some business that you can foresee and you can say, okay, I have this amount of money and this amount of money would scale me up to the business up onto this or up onto that. One thing people never tell you, especially when you are developing a tech company, is that the money is never enough. It gets even worse if you're now building a system that is very, very complex. Because a complex system requires time to build. And for each time is money. The thing about tech business is that it deals with time, but the time is the money. It's not even about the coding. People think, oh, tech is all about coding. It's not even all about that. Tech is time, and time is money. So most definitely, you always want to consider timing at any point or at any time, whenever you're starting a business. I'm sure some of you are asking, timing. What is timing? Timing is very essential. Timing is really, really essential in tech because for every delivery, you have to attach each delivery with the timing. For tech, especially if you're doing a B2B and you're a SaaS founder, you have to make sure that your customers are thinking, I need to use the system to go live. And you're thinking, oh, I don't need to rush or I don't need to time myself. No, timing is business. If you can figure out that tech business strongly has ties with timing, then you'll be able to offer the best customer service as ever. I have customers that there was one time I was talking to a prospective customer, and then his next question when he was talking to me about his implementation, we have implementation process for all of our prospective customer. And he was like, oh, can I go live with the system in 48 hours? That's timing for him. He has already told me what is much more important to him. Now, it's up to me as the CEO or up to me as one of the development team to say, yes, this is possible. No, this is not possible. This is when you can find it, or this is when you can have the system that you're looking for. They have a business to run as well. I have a business to run as well. The timing part is very, very important. And now let me go back to when I was saying that the money is never enough. You can say, I want to use this much amount for 1 year. The best thing is you have to break down your work into different iterations. And then from different iterations, you can now break down the money to say, okay, this fund is meant for this month's fund is meant for that, this fund is meant for this. When you get to the point that your milestone would consume all the funds that you have, you would have been able to plan even much more better ahead of that time, because now you know that by the time I get to this milestone, this is not going to be possible anymore. So shall you see, all these things that we are talking about is very, very important. And I'm very happy that we are having this show. Oh, important going now. It's important. But anyways, we'll continue again in the next episode. Shall you see now, I think I've had Matumu wine consti. I drink one wine. And this one, they say this one is for the road. So I really had a good time with everyone. This was a very great conversation. I have more to share. So on the next episode, we're going to be talking more about CEO, tech world, just general life. Let's have a conversation. But I would like to hear from you as well. About everything that we've talked about today, drop your comments. Let me see what your thoughts are. Let me see if you agree with me. And of course, you have to like it though. Like it. It's the one that looks like this. Thumbs up. You click it and like it. And I will see you on the next season. Cheers.